Okay.
All right, everybody, this is Samantha Ermold. She is mine and Precious
Okay. So I'm
Carol's our sales manager in our area. So welcome, Sam, to this training. Thank you very much for doing this for us today.
Yay, thank you. I'm super excited too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Um, we're very excited about being one of the adult only cruise lines out there. I think it's a very it really gives us an edge over a lot of different vendors and just brands. But not everybody is extremely happy about not us being adult only. So let me show you a quick commercial that we have about the people that are not happy about us being an adult only cruise line.
It says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion.
So we love that commercial here. We think it's just adorable and just cheeky little answer to us being an adult only cruise line. As you can see here on this slide, we have really been sweeping a lot of categories, a lot of different awards options. So Cruise Critic, we swept best overall cruise line, best cabin, best dining, best service, and best value of the money, which is really important. And I'll get more into that as I move through my presentation. But we really are excited and really just thrilled to have all of these accolades under our belt, being such a new cruise line. It's very unorthodox to have won all of these, being so new. And we're happy about it and we're excited. And honestly, we're a little braggy about it. We're super excited. And if anyone has questions, if you would just put those in the chat, and then I will address the chat questions at the end of the presentation, if that's okay. But let's meet our ships. So we've got 3 ships currently sailing. We've got the Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, and Resilient Lady. Now, these are all sister ships. So they're all pretty much exactly, there are just some very slight decor differences. They all hold 2,700 passengers. So even though we are considered a large cruise ship, we really consider ourselves kind of a medium cruise ship, but we are in the large ship category. But I think it's a great size ship. We've got enough space to have all the stuff, the spa, all the dining, all the entertainment, but we're not so huge that when you get into port and it arrives, you're having 10,000 people, which just does not sound desirable to me at all. I know everybody has their own preferences, but for me, I really like this mid-size ship. And then Valiant Lady, we hope to have news coming very soon what her deployment is going to be. And we're really excited to learn. As sales managers don't know, they don't tell us a lot of things because we just get really excited and we have big mouths and talk about it when we're not supposed to. So we don't know, but we can't wait to find out where she's going to be. So we do have some points of differentiation from other cruise lines, obviously being adult only. One thing I always like to mention about being an adult only cruise line, and I actually have 4 adult teenage children. My husband and I have a blended family. So we have a 17, 18, 19, and 20-year-old girls. And so since we travel with our adult children, you know how it is with other cruise lines and some other vendors, all-inclusive vendors and things, you have to have somebody that is 21 years of age or older in your cabin. We do not have that. So if you're old enough to sail with us, which is 18, you are old enough to be in your own cabin. So it's a really great option for people traveling with their adult children, and not having to worry about that cabin configuration and finding somebody that's 21 to be in there. Our food and drink. So we are cooked to order on board. For the most part, there are a couple on galley that are kind of grab and go. But other than that, we are a sustainable company and we're very proud of that fact. And because of that, buffets are a huge waste. So we don't have a buffet, and I'll get into our food a little bit later, but just wanted to mention that, everything is cooked to order. So we really do go above and beyond with our food. Everything is fresh, everything is delicious. We love it. So inclusivity, we really do have a come as you are type of attitude when it comes to our sailors. We want everybody to be their true and authentic selves. And one thing that I really love about sailing with Virgin as a consumer is just the different kinds of people you have on board. I find a lot of times that when you're on board different cruise lines, it feels like, you're on, different cruise lines just kind of have a generalization of the kind of sailor that's on board. We have a little bit of everybody and of all ages. So we really love that about our brand. And we want to make everybody feel comfortable on board. And a cruise service, I like to talk about this because we really do treat our crew so great. And what I mean by that is, most other cruise lines do not have solo cabins for their crew. So all of our crew, they have their own cabins. We pay them very well. And happy crew are going to give you better service. And that's just the bottom line there. So our crew is happy and they give you amazing service. Some of the always included luxury that we offer, there's dining at 20 plus eateries on our ships, on all 3 of our ships that are in service. And I'll go over those eateries here as I move through the slides. So we do have 6 specialty restaurants and there's never enough charge. So any of the food that we have on board, it's all included. Tips. So the tips are included, and I don't know why other cruise lines don't build in price of the gratuities into the cruise fare like we do. But we do, we build it in. And I just think it's nice for the guests to kind of know what they're in for when they start the pricing matrix. So let's say they go online and they just want to kind of get an idea of how much a cruise costs before they come to their travel agent. That's something that I would do. I'd maybe shop around and look online, okay, what's the pricing point of this cruise line? Is it in my price point? And I like that we include everything from the get-go. So I'm not starting at a $750 fare. And then by the time I add all the stuff, the Wi-Fi, the gratuities, the everything, the extra dining, you're at $3,000 before you know it. I like it. We start with what the price is, and as you get to the end of the matrix, it's pretty much the same. So all the tips are included. Wi-Fi, we feel that Wi-Fi is a basic and digital right. Um, sounds like a joke, but we mean it. It is a digital right for all of us to be able to get online, especially our first mates, because you know how it is in sales. I'm in sales, you're in sales. Even though you want to unplug, let's be honest, we don't really ever unplug, because if you do unplug, you're going to miss a sale. So Wi-Fi is great to share those photos when you're on board, or even for your clients to share those photos on board, because when they're doing that and they're sharing the great time that they're having on board, their friends might reach out to them and say, hey, where are you at? What are you doing? They'll say, oh, my travel agent, Mark, he set me up with this great cruise. You have to call him. So it's advertising for everybody, for us and for you to have Wi-Fi to post, and then to be able to do your work. Group fitness classes. So we do have free group fitness classes. So all of the fitness is included. We have essential drinks that are included. See there, the carafe water. Get a nice distilled and chilled carafe of water every day in your cabin. And you can have this want, and it is free, or it is included, as well as water, soda, juice, coffee, and tea. So all of those things are included. And then, of course, shows and entertainment. You're never paying extra for any of the shows and entertainment that you'll find on board. And regarding one thing that's not included, you'll notice is are the drinks. So we do have options, package tab. So they were first started, we took all of things that other cruise, we did surveys to consumers, the best option for a drink package, basically. And what we've come up with is our bar tab. And no matter what promo we have going on, your guests are going to get some of bar tab already added automatically to their booking. However, if they want to buy more, they are incentivized to do so. So if you look at this slide, you see that if they purchase a $300 bar tab, they're going to get an extra $50 to spend. And if they get an extra 200, they're going to get extra 25. If they buy one, get an extra 10. So just incentive if buy any extra bar, they this just one. A lot of questions get about our bar tab is, does everybody in the cabin have to go? And that's another thing that we really love about our bar tab. My husband, for instance, does not drink, but I do. And it's because then I can get my bar tab, and he usually gets a little bar tab because he likes to do things like smoothies and the cold pressed juices and the specialty coffee and things like that that aren't in with the essential beverages. But there really is something for everybody with this bar tab, and we're pretty proud of it, and it really seems to get a good rap. Now, another question I get is, you run out of bar tab on happens if I run out? It's no problem. You go, you're just paying out basically for your drinks. Which you're technically doing anyway, you just have some credit to spend. And one other thing about our drinks is that we are not priced at cruise pricing as far as our drinks are concerned. Our beers start at $4, $5, and $6. 50% of them we have on board start at $9 a glass. I mean, I can't go to a restaurant in St. Louis and get a glass of wine for $9 usually. And then, the cocktails start at $10. So we really do have some affordable options as far as cocktails. And as I mentioned, with the gratuities being included, if a cocktail costs you $10, you're being charged $10. You're not being charged $10 plus gratuity on that. I've actually seen people try and give the bartenders or waiters or whatever cash for a tip. And on many occasions, I've seen the staff members or the crew members kind of push the money back to them and say, no, thank you. So not saying that somebody wouldn't ever take your money, but for the most part, they're kind of pushing it. No, you've already paid for this, which is nice. And being exclusively adult, a lot of questions that we get are, like, who is right for Virgin? Who is your right sailor? Who's the right kind of sailor to put on Virgin? And I always say, as long as they're 18, they are the right person. The sweet spot for our ages, just meaning most people on board fall within the age range of 35 to 65. But the average age, if you take all the ages on board and blend them together, the average age is 49. But I know before I started working for Virgin and before I sailed with Virgin, I had the impression that it was going to be a very young crowd. I am 48. And I'm like, oh, I feel like this is, definitely for like millennials and below. It's just kind of what I was thinking. And I was pleasantly surprised that there was all of those things. There were baby boomers, there were Gen X like me, there were millennials, there were Gen Y. So, there's everybody on board, which is great. So I think anybody at any age would really feel comfortable. 75% of our sailors have taken a cruise before, but they're looking for something a little bit new and different. So we don't get many new to cruising people, but we do get some. And I'm not going to go over this. It's just kind of a boring demographic slide, if you ask me. But I do like to talk about different reasons to have groups on board. And if you know the Virgin Voyages lingo, our groups are called circles. And there are lots of reasons. Family reunions, bachelorette parties, anniversaries, friend trips, birthdays, and my very favorite thing, vacation itself is a reason to celebrate. That's we're really available for anything on board, and we can really make any type of celebration work on Virgin Voyages. And then, we have different themes on board at different times. For instance, our March 6th sailing is the Fire and Sunset Soiree. It's an Elevate voyage. Now, what does that mean? It's not really anything different. It's just some of the programming is going to be different. They're going to have more wellness offerings and self-discovery offerings. So that's kind of what an Elevate voyage is. And then we have celebration voyages. So those are, things like your Halloween celebrations. Halloween is like such a fun and just a festive. It's one of the best people watching you'll definitely find on Virgin Voyages. Eat and drink festivals where we've got our world-class food, where we're bringing things like special dishes, and so we'll have sailings with just different themes, just something different and fun. And speaking of restaurants, talk about our specialty restaurants. So this first picture here you see, or these pictures. This is the wake. This is one of our, I don't want to say fancy because there's something on our ship that's like truly fancy to where you have to like get super dressed up to go. However, if you wanted to, you would not be out of place at all. Because I do still kind of like to dress for dinner when I cruise. Because all day long, I'm usually running around in my bathing suit and a cover up. I like to kind of, get on a dress and just do myself up and feel like I look nice. So the wicked place. So for that, delicious cocktails. We have amazing mixologists on board, delicious steaks and seafood. And this is just a beautiful view over the back of the ship. As it's named, the wake, you're looking right over the wake of the ship. And then some of the dishes that we offer, like I mentioned, steaks, pastas, sides. And then on the left side, you will see that is an Eggs Benedict. The wake is open for brunch every day as well. So it's a great place to go and have some bottomless mimosas and enjoy some brunch. And then Gunbae, that's another one of our specialty restaurants, and it is a Korean barbecue restaurant. And Gunbae is more of an experience. It's similar to a hibachi restaurant, but only in that you're sitting sometimes with strangers. So the table seat like 6 to 8 people. So if you have a reservation and there are only 2 of you, chances are you might be sitting with some strangers. But it's really fun because it's very interactive, and we're doing things like shots, and it's fun. That's the first thing you do when you get on there is when you sit down, if you want to, you don't have to, is do a shot, and it's a lot of fun. It's just, like I said, an experience. Here are a couple more pictures of Gunbae and some of the food offerings, and then the beautiful alfresco dining that they have on the outside there toward the back of the ship. Very beautiful. And then this picture to the like middle right here, that's what the tables look like. So it's a really fun thing. Definitely highly recommended. Razzle Dazzle is our vegan and vegetarian restaurant. I am not a vegan or a vegetarian. However, I do like to try the different vegan and vegetarian things. They are so delicious. Chefs really get their way to prepare. So honestly, they're really good. I recommend at least going in there and trying a vegetarian or vegan dish, just what it's like if you're not a vegan or vegetarian. We also do have a naughty menu. So our naughty menu has, meat on it. My favorite on the naughty menu is Richard Bryson's burger. It is delicious, but it's a great place to go and, have a great cocktail and have some food. You can see the picture on the left here. I mean, a cup of bacon. Could you go wrong with a cup of bacon? The answer, vegetarian. And then this picture here in the middle is, I have to find the name of it. I'm sailing on March 6th and I'm going to find the name of this drink here, but it's like a popcorn, just really interesting creative drink. I haven't tried it, but I've seen it and it looks really cool. So I'm excited about that. And then the pictures on the outside, you'll notice those are breakfast, avocado toast, and you've got donut holes here on the left and bacon. Razzle Dazzle is also open for brunch every day as well. Test Kitchen is a restaurant, and this is not for sailors that do, if you have to be an adventurous eater to go here, not doing anything like crazy, like anything too weird, but they're going to bring out a 12-course meal for you, and you don't have any choices of what you're. It's really kind of cool. It's another experience type of dinner, but I have girlfriends that are chicken nugget girls. I mean, and no shame to them. They're not adventurous when it comes to food. They're like chicken fingers, they like steaks, they like burgers. This place, I would not take them to. It's not for them. But me having a more adventurous palate, I love Test Kitchen, and the food is delicious. Here are a couple more pictures of just some of the offerings and pictures of some chefs. And the food really is like art. It looks like art and it tastes fantastic. Extra Virgin is our Italian specialty restaurant. You had me at charcuterie. You can see there that beautiful charcuterie board that we offer. In addition, we've got delicious pasta dishes. We do Italian coffees there. So it's a great place to go if you want to get some Italian. And then my very favorite is Pink Agave. And Pink Agave is a Mexican restaurant, and it is so good. They make a very delicious spicy margarita there that I absolutely, it's wonderful. So it's great. So in addition, this let miss side dish, it's good. Our desserts there are the Choco Taco, right? Those are delicious as well. I almost unmuted and yelled gun bay, Brian said. That's funny. I just looked at the chat to make sure that everybody was hearing me okay. Okay, so let's go back to our eateries. So our eateries, these are the restaurants that are not specialty, but find all over the ship, like the Dock House. So the Dock House has a very diverse, I know they have like fish and chips, they have burgers. It's a great place to go and just grab a bite, eat, grab a beer. And then these pictures here, this is our galley. Galley is a replacement for a buffet. As you can see on the upper left-hand side, Bento Baby, that is our grab and go station. So we have sushi rolls and there's actually sashimi there as well that you can, but we have sushi that you can take and take it to your table, take it to your cabin, take it to the pool. So you can do anything grab anything you want there at Bento Baby. Well bread, all kinds of different sandwiches you can make there on very delicious bread as well as pastries. The Daily Mix is a salad station. And all of this, none of this is self-service. You're being served and the food is prepared right in front of you. Let's Taco About It. That's our taco station. And never mind the bottom left-hand corner where the slide says noodle around. That is a mistake that I've been desperately trying to get fixed, and it's actually noodle around. So if you like ramen or any other noodle dishes, those are great. Hot off the press is a panini station, and Diner and Dash, just your basic diner foods, all kinds of good stuff. And then Burger Bar, where you can go and get a great burger. The Pizza Place is another restaurant that we have, or another eatery that we have delicious wood-fired, fresh prepared pizzas. One thing I like here is you can just grab it and you can eat it there with friends and have a drink, or you can take it and have it boxed up, take it to your room, again, to the pool, take it to your chair, hang out. It doesn't matter. You can take it wherever you want. So it's nice to be able to take food on the go. And then we've got our ice cream station, which is called Ice Cream. And I do say to people often, or to first mates, that, if there is not a person you should put on Virgin Voyages, if they're offended by Lick Me Till Ice Cream, they're probably not the right person for Virgin Voyages. Just like anything, we're very cheeky with Could we mute if someone's not on mute? I appreciate it. Thank you. But it's a great place to go and have a cone. We rotate different cones. So you can see there on the counter at Lick Me Till Ice Cream. They've got homemade cones that are fantastic. My husband he loves ice cream and he was so excited. He's like, did you know that they change out the cones every few days and they have different flavors and options? I'm like, I didn't know that, but that sounds fantastic. So great ice cream there. And again, this is included. Let's talk a little bit about cabins. So we've got 3 main types of cabins that make up most of the cabins on the ship. Most of them are sea terrace, which are our balconies. We do have sea view cabins as well, which are ocean view, and then insider cabins, which are inside cabins. So you can see the pictures here on the left. You're obviously looking at a balcony stateroom. They're wonderful. I love, love, love the hammocks. They're so comfortable, and just a great place to go out and relax, grab a drink, bring a pizza back to your room, sit there, look at the ocean and read it or eat it. I was thinking of a book, have a book and read it. So lots of great options as far as our balconies are concerned. They really are configured nicely, and I am obsessed with the hammock. And then the sea view cabins, you can see her on the right-hand side. It shows this young lady sitting in her window. So you've got a nice window to look out if you're trying to maybe not splurge so much on the cabin type. Sea view might be a great option for you, or an insider cabin, which technically does not have any windows that face outside of the ship, as it is an interior cabin. However, we do have a lot of lighting schemes that are really great in the room that make you feel like you are getting some natural light. Here's another picture of our sea terrace cabin. You can see you've got those wonderful carafes there on the left filled with their fresh water. I think the cabins are very chic. They're very contemporary and I love the colors. I think the layout is fantastic. The little vanities great there to get ready. The bathrooms are nice. But we have got some magnificent suites. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about those. We do have 78 suites on board. We have 63 Rockstar cabins, and we have 15 Mega Rockstar cabins. The Rockstar cabins, they're going to have access to Richard's Rooftop, which is the only exclusive part of our ship where if you are in a Rockstar suite, you can go there, and every day they have a Moet champagne social for an hour where you can go and enjoy some free Moet. And then they just have different kind of activities and events there, and kind of just a place where Rockstar sweet people can go. They also have a curated in-room bar. Left picture, you can see that is their bar, their in-room bar for their Rockstar suite. And everything that's in there is included with your cruise fare. And it's one time, so you get like what's there is there, and then we don't refill it. And then you also get early booking and priority access. So, if you're looking to make dining reservations early, or you want to get a tattoo at Squid Ink, you can get, that reservation early. And then Rockstar Agents, which just means you basically get your own butler. So you have your 27 access to our butler service, which is our Rockstar Agent, nothing. But speaking of wanting for nothing, our Mega Rockstar cabins are the absolute tops. They are definitely pricey, but they are definitely worth it if someone is looking to splurge, or if you have a luxury client. You can see this top left-hand corner, they actually have guitars in the room, and they have, you can take them off the wall and you can play them. They've got an amp right there that you can connect it to and just annoy the heck out of your neighbor. So it's a lot of fun and just different things. And I didn't mention, all of our Rockstar suites have record players in them. Just something very Virgin, just starting back with Virgin Records. We have a record player in all of the Rockstar suites, and you have your own access to vinyl on board if you want to play some songs and enjoy yourself in your beautiful suite. And then some of them actually even do have hot tubs on the balcony. And the Mega Rockstar cabins have all of the offerings that the regular Rockstar cabins do, except they offer private transfers. So we basically come get you and take you to the ship and take you right home. So all of that is included. Mega Rockstar Agent. So you'll have a Rockstar Agent personally dedicated to you. You have daily spa access. So you can go and enjoy the saunas, the steam room, and the hydro pools. And they get a bottomless in-room bar in the Mega Suites. So not only do you get that one-time, usage of the in-room bar, but you can have it filled as many times as you would like. And then lastly, they also get premium Wi-Fi. Now, I will say that our regular Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi at sea is perfect, but I think ours is pretty darn good. I've sailed on other cruise lines, and often I'm not able to work in my cabin or return emails in my cabin. And I've had no problems with Virgin Voyages. I think our regular Wi-Fi is great, but apparently our premium Wi-Fi is the tops. So now you're kind of getting an idea of what we're all about and what we have on board. As I mentioned, getting a tattoo. So we have partnered with Squid Ink Tattoo, and we've got the first tattoo parlor at sea. Now, this might be something you're thinking like, well, who gets a tattoo at sea? A lot of people. So it is always booked up. Every voyage, every booking is taken. They really do great work there. So if you're looking, I've seen bachelorette groups get, the girls will get like a friend's tattoo, a little friend's tattoo or whatever. And I've seen people get, huge tattoos. So it's a really great place to go if you want to get a tattoo. It's something kind of unique, and you could say you got it at sea. One thing that really attracted me to Virgin Voyages before I was hired, when I was going through the interview process and learning more about the brand, is all of the things that we have to help our first mates to build their business. And first and foremost, we all do this because we love travel, but we also want to get paid, right? We want to make money. So you're going to make 16% commission, whether you've booked 0 bookings with us, or well, I guess you need that one to get the 16%. But so that one booking or 2,000 bookings, everybody is getting 16% commission, which is awesome. And that's on the voyage fare. So with our voyage fare, since the pricing is inclusive and everything is wrapped up into the voyage fare, there are no NCFs, and we haven't ever had them, and we won't ever. There's no gimmicks about NCFs with us. It's just the price is the price and you're getting paid on that. And we also pay 10% commission on anything pre-voyage. So if somebody buys extra bar tab, like I was mentioning, let's say they buy that $300 bar tab before they sail, you get 10% commission on that. If they book shore things, they don't even have to book them with you. They just can go onto their app, they can go online and book it, or they can call Sailor Services and book it. And anything that they book pre-voyage, you are getting paid on. In addition, you're getting paid on things like your pre-hotel, post-hotel, and 10% commission on air as well. It's very unique because I don't really know anybody that really pays commission on air anymore. I'm sure there are some, but it's few and far between for sure. Another thing that we offer for our newer to Virgin agents is our first meet engagement. So we've got our beautiful JC and Cynthia, and they are here to guide you through Sea Academy and your first booking. I was a travel agent for a very long time, and I know what it's like to start booking a new brand. It can be very intimidating. If you're comfortable with another brand and you sell it all the time and you know it, it's easy. So it's easy just to go to that because you're used to it. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to switch over and start selling Virgin Voyages as well. And we're going to do everything we can to walk you through that. So if you want to jot down JC's email address or Cynthia's. So Cynthia's email address is FMER. That's basically just kind of the just kind of a support system there. So it's an acronym for something I forget, but you can jot down both of their emails. You can reach out to either of them, or you can use your phone and get that QR code, and it will take you to your our First Mates engagement guide. But definitely utilize them. Haven't missed. JC has every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. She does a booking through webinar where it's an open forum. She goes through how to make a booking. She basically like drives you exactly how to do it online with our booking engine. And then you can discuss any topics you would like. And it's a judgment-free zone. There really are no stupid questions. You can be comfortable asking a question, whether it's over mic or over chat. So please take advantage of these webinars. They really are worth it, especially if you're not comfortable with booking with us yet. And you know, calling into Sailor Services is great, but it's always nice to learn how to use the booking engine, because if you don't feel like sitting on the phone sometimes, and once you get comfortable with it, I really do think it's the easier way to book. We also do have other webinars available. So if you go to firstmates.com, hopefully everybody is registered at firstmates.com and has access to Sea Academy. And in addition, if you click on tools and guides and go to webinars, you'll find all of the different webinars that we're hosting for that. To get an idea of some of the ones that have already passed, we had our booking with Virgin Voyages. So that's just another kind of, you know, making a booking with us. We've got our Circles group bookings. So we have a webinar focused on that. And Next Virgin Voyage, which is our customer retention program, which we'll tell you about in a couple of slides here. Learning the ropes. So our Sea Academy, I actually completed Sea Academy myself before my interview with Virgin Voyages. I wanted to know as much as I could about the brand so that I was knowledgeable during my interview. And I really, and I'm not lying when I say this, I really enjoyed the training. There are only 20 modules, and each module takes about 10 minutes. And I just thought they were really fun and engaging, and I really learned a lot about the brand. I just remember when I learned about Shake for Champagne, the first time I was on board, I knew I was going to do that. If you don't know what that is, that's when you're on board and you're connected to the Virgin Voyages Wi-Fi. If you shake your phone, it'll show all of a sudden these bubbles, champagne bubbles will come up your screen, and it will say press here in the center to confirm. And you do that because the reason we have that is in case you drop your phone or something. People aren't, you know, constantly bringing you champagne, but you share champagne, and they'll bring you a chilled bottle of Moet. Now that is extra, you do pay for that, but they'll bring a chilled Moet wherever you are on the ship. If you're in the pool, they will bring it to you. If you're in your stateroom, they'll bring it to you. If you're on a treadmill, they'll probably make you get off the treadmill, but they will bring it to you. So just be aware that it's a really just kind of a fun thing, and definitely something that I personally had to do to see like I just couldn't fathom the having them bring it to you on the ship and knowing exactly where you are, but I mean, they in 10 minutes I had my champagne and I was like up on a deck. So it was amazing. But yeah, back to the training programs. Definitely, my ask for you is to complete your Sea Academy through Gold. It's worth it for lots of reasons. Just to learn all about more about Virgin Voyages, because I can't cover every single thing in my training, or I'd be on here for probably 2 days. But it's a great way to learn. So you're educating yourself, which is helpful. You also, if once you hit the silver tier, you get access to First Mate exclusive rates, which are from $100 per sailor per night. So that's an awesome rate. And that's just, it's for select sailings. So we always have sailings on firstmates.com. But you can go there and find your, you know, find your, oh gosh, your rate for your, your sailings we have out there for the rate. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And back to Gold tier. Once you hit that tier, you obviously still have access to the exclusive rate, but you all get priority access to events and first dibs on museums. In addition, if you're sailing on a route, you're not access key or you're not an agent exclusive. So if you're like the alert for your cabin on your voyage. So again, please take our training. It's I enjoyed it and I think you will too. And I really did learn a lot. Back to learning and marketing. We have a lot of marketing materials at firstmates.com. So if you go to firstmates.com and you click on marketing, it will pull up a lot of information. We have Sure Things guides. So if you have somebody, they're going to the Mediterranean and they're like, we don't sail 2025 and we can't book the excursions yet, but we really like to know like kind of what the offerings are. You can send them the short thing guide so they can get an idea that when bookings do open up, they've got that guide and they can, kind of get an idea of what and know what they already want to do or have an idea of what they want to do. We also have dining guides. So your guests or your sailors can be, just educated on the different types of restaurants that we have, how they work. And these are all PDFs that you can just send to them that you can find right on firstmates.com. And then we've got Mega Rockstar and Rockstar PDFs. Have somebody that you know is a client or that is celebrating a milestone anniversary or a honeymoon or whatever. You can send them these flyers after you tell them about our Rockstar suites. And it just basically tells all of the offerings that come with those suites. I like this slide because this kind of showcases our fair and flexible fares. So what that means is it's a comparison. On the left here, this is us, our Virgin Voyages, comparing it with a contemporary and a premium cruise line. And it shows you that, our pricing, you really need to know that if our price is a little higher than, let's say, one of our competitors, I can guarantee that by the time they add things like the gratuities, the Wi-Fi, if they want to do group fitness, if they want a beverage package, like for soft drinks, waters, soda, all that stuff, specialty dining, by the time they build all of that into the price, what used to be the price point, which is $45.3, which is ours, is now a much higher price tag. So a lot of times when I have first mates come to me and say, hey, I'm really trying to close the sale, they're on the fence, they've got an offer from this competitor and then the offer from Virgin Voyages, how am I going to push them over? How am I going to make that sale? And a lot of just you have to sell the value and all of the inclusions. So we also have an entertainment guide. This is great, especially because a lot of people, if you don't know, you don't know. So if you don't know about Scarlet, you wouldn't know to pack a splash of bread. And I guess you're going to feel like you're really missing out because everybody's going to be in red on Scarlet having time, and you don't want your clients to miss out. Another thing, DJ party. So, people not know to bring their pajamas. So these are the kinds of things you will send to them that has a packing list, as well as this, and these, there are more pages to this entertainment guide that aren't shown here, but it shows like, you know, shows by ship, music activations by ship. It's about our happenings cast and what they do and who they are. So it's great to send to your clients that are considering booking or asking about entertainment. And here's a quick video, just kind of vibe of Virgin Voyages and what we're all about on board. Hold on, I have to move my toolbar there. Okay. I'm gonna go. This ref guide, it's our First Mate Life Raft links. And what I love about this, again, there are more pages to this as well, but you can find this on postmates.com. It's called our Life Raft links. And it helps you, let's say, over here on the right, if you want to do a name change or do a email change. It tells you, if you click here, it tells you who to call, tells you who to email. So if you have any questions, this guide almost covers all of it. It's really great to have bookmarked or printed out. Definitely bookmark because the links are live. So it's easy just to go right into it, but I highly recommend bookmarking this. Let's see here. This is actually an old slide. Amy won our contest for the trip to Necker Island, which is Richard Branson's private island in the British Virgin Islands. But we're having a current contest of who would like to go on a seminar at sea with your sales manager, which is me. And if you do, these are some pictures of some other seminars at seas that we have hosted. Always lots of fun, and we're very classroom light. So when we have a FAM or seminar at sea, you're usually spending like one day in a classroom for about 2 hours. We want you to enjoy the ship. We want to socialize with you, but we definitely want you to enjoy the ship and get to know the Virgin Voyages brand. But this contest, if you make 3 bookings in 3 months, so basically from January 1st to March 31st, 2024, so Q1, anytime you make 3 bookings, you are getting entered to win the seminar at sea with your sales manager. So this is retroactive. If you were like, oh my gosh, I made like 6 bookings in January, well, are those going to count? Yes, they do. There was no registration for this contest, so everything that you've been doing is already being calculated. And I don't know the exact date when we're going to announce the winners, but this is something that's going to be fun, and it's going to be in the summer. We don't have a date for the seminar at sea yet, but hopefully it's definitely going to be in the summer. And let's make this a profitable relationship. And what I mean by that is My Next Virgin Voyage is our customer retention program. It is smart for you to mention it to your clients before they sail so they can keep an eye on it and know what it's about. So our current offer, and we just changed it actually on February 1st. And the only thing that we changed is that when they buy a $300 deposit, basically, and that's just a placeholder. So let's say your clients are on board, we love it, we're having a great time, and I promise they're going to be having a great time. They're going to go to the My Next Virgin Voyage desk and they're going to say, all right, I want to do it. I don't know what sailing I want yet, but I definitely want to get this offer because it's so great, right? They're going to make that $300 deposit. And as soon as they do that, you as the booking agent, you're going to get an email notification saying, Mr. and Mrs. Smith just bought a $300 or just bought a My Next Virgin Voyage. They'll give the booking number. So that's basically a lead for you to convert that booking. But the only thing that we changed from the program since we started until February 1st, when we started the new program, is just that we want people to convert them within 60 days. If they convert them within 60 days, they're going to get $600 onboard credit. So if they pick their sailing that they want to go on within that 60-day window, they get the full $600 onboard credit. And if they choose their sail, let's say, things happen sometimes, life's busy, and let's say they don't have time, they just don't want to yet. If they choose after that 60 days, they're still going to get onboard credit, which is $300. So it's having it basically. $300 is still a lot of onboard credit, but this is an amazing offer. These are My Next Virgin Voyages are combinable with whatever offer we have going on. So it's combinable with our February wave offer. So having this, so just so you understand the program, you can do it too. So a lot of first mates use these as leverage for bookings. They use them kind of as a special offer. So let's say Mark is sailing and Mark decides, hey, you can buy up to 10 when you're on board. So let's say Mark goes on, he's like, listen, I'm going to buy 10 of these My Next Virgin Voyage deposits. It's such a great deal. I can definitely take these, turn it around and use these for my clients to close sales. Mark can transfer them. Anyone can transfer them one time. So what Mark would do is he would, let's say, transfer it to somebody that he's sold to, and what that person's going to get, that person's going to pay Mark $300. So now Mark is no longer out any money for that My Next Virgin Voyage. It just paid for itself. In addition to that, his client is also going to get $300 off. So a $300 discount plus the $600 onboard credit for that cruise that they've converted within that 60-day window. So if anyone has any more questions about the My Next Virgin Voyage, feel free to always call me or email me about that to help you understand, because it really is a great sales tool. And we have so many travel partners using these, as well as, your clients when you go on board. As I mentioned, our wave offer, this is our current offer. It's 65% off the second sailor, up to $500 in free drinks. So if somebody is on a 14+ night sailing, they're going to get $500 bar tab. If somebody is a 7+ nights, they're going to get $250 in bar tab, and then so on. So another great offer, you're always getting bar tab. And when you have a bar tab, I do have people ask me, well, what happens if we have bar tab left over? First of all, maybe buy a round of shots for your friends. I don't know, but just use it. You can get smoothies, specialty coffees. It doesn't have to all be alcohol. There are definitely things you can get. The cold pressed juices, which are delicious. But Sailor Loot, which is our onboard credit, that can be used for tattoos, the spa, shore things. That can also be used for drinks. However, bar tab cannot be used for anything else. So bar tab is bar tab, and it has to be used on beverages. So just be aware of that. And then 2 nights ago, we actually had our February Sailor Night. This is for gold tier members only. So if you're a gold tier Sea Academy first mate, you have access to these Sailor Nights. And what they are is you invite your clients. You can push the Zoom link that we send you, you can push it out to your Facebook page or whatever, so that your clients are joining. And Team West, so I am part of Team West, and so are 4 other sales managers. And we get on there and we kind of tag team a Virgin Voyages, just kind of a general presentation usually, and get people excited about booking Virgin Voyages. And then after that, so usually the next day, I'll get a report from my director, Lindsay, and he will send that to me, and I will then send it to you and say, hey, Mark, you had 4 people on the Sailor Night. Here are their names and email addresses. So those are basically hot leads for Mark. So it's just us doing the work. You're welcome to join the webinar. You can sit in on it if you want, but you don't have to. You can just send your people over, and I promise you, swear on my children, we are not stealing your bookings. We're not trying to get your client list and take it. We're simply trying to get your clients to book Virgin Voyages using a travel agent. I don't make any money or get any credit if people book direct. So I always want them to use a travel partner, and that's the same with all of us sales managers. So just be aware, because I know as a former travel agent, I didn't love handing over my client list to anybody, to be honest, but I promise that you can trust us. It's a very streamlined program that we have. And like I said, I'll send you those people that were on there, and we never reach out to them, individually. So that's your job to do that. And they do get another Sailor Loot offer for being on the Sailor Night. Just so you know, we do record it. So if somebody wants to, they're interested in the webinar, tell them to register for the webinar. Even if they can't be on it, let's say on the particular night that we're having it, if they're not registered, they don't have access to the Sailor Loot. So even if they watch the recorded, the recorded presentation that we send out the next day, that just is for people that registered that did not get to attend on that night that we hosted it. But in order, just be aware that in order to actually get the Sailor Loot added, you have to, your client has to be registered for that Sailor Night. And we're also doing a promotion right now for Barcelona sailings, May through October 24. We have 2 wonderful itineraries that are round trip Barcelona. For those that book by February 29th, they're getting double Sailor Loot. And another great thing, this Sailor Loot is combinable with our Wave offer and the MMVV offer. So you can stack all of those things, and the value that they're already getting with the Wi-Fi, the dining, the gratuities, everything included, then they're getting all of these extras. It really makes it a lucrative offer. So my ask for everybody that's on the call today is to introduce your client list to Virgin Voyages with an email blast or a social media post. So just send it out there, like find a good, something that you like on our marketing. If you go to, our marketing section, find something that you like, push it out there and say, who wants to learn more? Or post a video. We have some really great videos that are short that really entice people to get interested in Virgin Voyages. I had that fair and flexible fares flyer. I don't think you need to post it, but I think it's great to have that available whenever you're selling, so that if somebody has a question and you're comparing 2 different cruise lines, for you, the travel partner, you're likely making more money with us with the 16% commission in addition to the extras that we pay 10% commission on. So it behooves you to book Virgin Voyages. So if they're deciding between Cruise A and Virgin Voyages, use that fair and flexible flyer that I showed you. It was that slide comparing Virgin Voyages, the premium and contemporary. Show them that, because it really kind of puts it in front of them and explains why we are a much better value. And then go for gold. Like I mentioned, if you can make it to that gold tier C Academy, it's really just going to benefit you completely. And people, I don't remember the statistics, but first mates that are gold tier were selling it was crazy, like 10 times more than the first mates that had not completed our C Academy. So that's the end of it. I've been talking forever. I apologize. And I really apologize for being late. I hate that. I apologize, but I'm going to start. Okay, Harvey's travel account says, I am a rock star. Well, thank you. Do we give an extra $100 off for every cruise once we hit gold? I think you're talking about that an extra $100. Could Precious, could you, I guess, explain what you mean by that?
I think that was the promotion that was going on the 14th through the 18th, Sam. Was that
okay,
it?
gotcha.
Thanks, Precious.
Yep. Is the $150 Sailor Loot from getting our certificate a one-time perk? That is a great question, actually. I don't know the answer to that, but let me find that out. And Mark, I'll send the answer to you and you can send it out to your team. Is that good?
Yeah,
I'll kind
that
of
works for
recap
me.
and do all that. So the answer can get to everybody, including Precious. I know she asked the question, but I'm sure others would like to know that. When we have a cruise party, how do we find out who attended and how soon after the party we informed. Okay, so if I do a virtual cruise night for you, I will have it to where everybody is required to register. And then as soon as it's over, maybe not as soon as, but definitely by the next morning, I will have that full list to you. And if you want it, before that, just let me know. Just say like, hey, I'd like to have that list like immediately after. I can run that report and get it right to you. But yeah, I can definitely get you that. It'll have, their names and then their email addresses on there. So you'll get all that information. Brian's yelling gun bay. I agree. I want to go just for the food. I agree also with there. I'm a huge foodie. Do they still serve curry chicken at Bimini Beach? They do. And one thing I didn't really talk much about Bimini Beach. That's our private beach club and it's fantastic. And the food is included there. So you don't pay extra for the food at the beach club. And they do have really delicious food. So it's not just like hot dogs and hamburgers that they're serving you. It's like grilled shrimp, the curry chicken, which is delicious, by the way, Brian. And so we've got a lot of things offered there that are included at our beach club. And your bar tab does transfer over to the beach club. So you can use your bar tab there as well. I would like help with joining Society. My registration has been pending for a week or more. Okay. Clarissa, Clarissa, could you send me a quick email? Just because I'm not at home now, I'm traveling. Can you just send that to me so that in the morning I can follow up with Sabrina? She's the one that makes the approvals for that. So just send me a quick email and just say, hey, approve me for Society. You don't have to put, any of the niceties in there. You can just get right to the point. How do we join the webinars? So with the webinars, once you're gold, as I mentioned, I'm assuming, I'm assuming you mean the Sailor Nights, Jessica, or do you mean the webinars, like the ones that you find at firstmates.com? Because if you're talking about the Sailor Nights, the way that you join those is as long as you're gold, you're going to get an email from me about a week prior to the event. And we basically plan them 1 month out. So like after our February 19th webinar, that was Sailor Night that we just had, we got our next one on the books, but we send an invitation out about a week prior to that. And let you know like, hey, we're having our Sailor Night this night for our gold tier members. Here's the Zoom link that you can share broadly. And so that's how you get people to join them. And you can join as well if you want to.
I think it was
Oh,
the
go ahead.
ones where sorry about the like how to book, the ones where
Yeah.
the lady was
Yeah.
gonna show you how to book and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, really quickly, I'm just going to share my firstmates.com. Yesterday it made me reset the password during a webinar while I was trying to do this. So I hope it doesn't mess with me again, but let's see here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again if I can. There we go. Firstmates. Okay, perfect. Let's share this. Okay, so this is my firstmates.com. I'm going to sign in here. Hold on, let me try this. I don't remember what I changed it to. Oh, there we go. So once you're logged into your firstmates.com account, you are going to click on, I don't remember if it's tools and guides or training, so we're going to learn together here. Let's click on tools and guides. Okay, so it's not here, but this is where you'll go to get your marketing materials to find the FirstMate exclusive rates, just to show you. But if you want to do the webinars, you click on training up here on the right, click that. And if you go to webinars, it will pull up the webinars. Someday it will pull up the webinars. But anyway, that's how you find it. And once I've got not a great connection right now, which is why I'm not on camera. But once this pulls up, you just click on it to register. But that's where you find it basically, as you go in here and you go to training and you click on webinars. So hopefully that answers that question. Okay, stop share. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Hold on, where is it? Okay, here it is. talking to myself like I always do. How do you join the webinars? Where can we find the webinar link? Amy, I assume that's for the same thing that Jessica was talking about. These guides are wonderful. Is that, how do you say your name? Is that Zandria? Is that how you say it? Or am I doing that right? Can anyone help me? Oh, I'm glitchy. Yeah, I've got a terrible connection right now. I apologize for that. The guides are wonderful. Yeah, they really are. They're great. I'm glitchy. I'm very sorry. My web, it's terrible. Bandwidth is low. Yes. I want to go. Thanks for explaining the MNBB certificates. It's very important to understand that. And then that's pretty much Zandrea. Got it. Thank you. Perfect. So any more questions? Does anyone have any more questions before we call it a day here or call it a night? Anyone? All right. Well, I guess we're good to go then. And thank you everybody so much. And again, so sorry for being late and sorry for the terrible connection. My hotel, I don't know what's going on here, but I apologize. But thank you so much. And I look forward to working with you all. Reach out to me if I can be of any help. Have a great night.
Thank you very much, Sam, for being here with us today. We really appreciate it. Everyone, this recording will be posted to the team chats later on tonight. So thank you all again for attending, and thank you again, Sam. And I will be in touch with you later on this week, Sam.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.